Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well. This is Mary with Seer. Thanks for stopping by my channel and thank you for your likes and shares and bookings and comments, donations, and you can feel free to go into the description box. You can check out my website where I have my jewelry and readings available. Also, the links to donate are there also. So, sorry about my mess here. I am taking pictures. That's my light box. Actually, I always make stuff instead of buying them. So, because I'm putting my jewelry on 2 new sites. So, anyway, hope you're doing well with all this. The quarantine. I remember hearing about quarantines when I was a kid and thinking, wow, what does that mean? I kept thinking it was just a house, they put a sign on it, but like this house is quarantined, but not a whole planet, right? Okay. We're going to start with tarot. Then we're going to move into oracle. Then we're going to go to tarot again and then oracle because, well, I kind of think we need it. So we're going to start with the 2 of fire. This is the 2 of wands. And so this is kind of, it's reversed. So maybe it's hard to see what path to take right now, especially when most of the path is from your living room to your bedroom, right? Maybe the bathroom. It's a little bit difficult right now to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Eight of Earth reverse, and this is a lot about mastering our life, about our job. Doing the day in and day out work we need to master, whatever it is we really want to master, what we need to master. This is the inability to do this. This is not happening. Okay. So it kind of feels like there was a path and then it was blocked. And then now we're not able to do any work on that, right? 7 of fire reverse is not being able to get to the other side, not to be able to get above whatever it is we need to get above, right? To get to higher ground. 7 of fire reversed. This is, how do I get through the obstacles to get to this unicorn, right? I can't get there because I can't get out the door. I can't get out of whatever it is I feel stuck in, tied to. I can't fight this. This is not my fight. This is not my battle, right? These are not my obstacles. The obstacles are too big. 6 of Earth says, okay, this is about reciprocity, 6 of Pentacles. About reciprocity, what's fair, what's abundant. This abundance, fairness. He's got the pentacles on his antlers. You see that? On his antlers. So it feels like it's spiritual, like almost like a spiritual energy that's coming in to try to balance things out. Okay? It's a higher force. So it could be spirit, could be higher force, like, government or something like that. It could be. Yeah, it is. Something beyond our control again, trying to balance things out. It's like a puzzle in itself, isn't it? So then I have the 10 of water, which is the 10 of cups. And when this is reversed, it's an unhappy Buddha, unhappy home life. This is not a place of success, right? Not a place of abundance. Man, it's really hard where you're at right now. At least what somebody here is feeling. Bottom of the deck. Messenger of fire. So this is not being able to move forward. This is When the messenger of fire is like Knight of Wands, again, the wands, the Aries, the fire. Fire's being just smashed, right? Passion is smashed. The energy is just crippled, right? I'm sorry. Feels painful. We're not going to dwell too much. We're going to let this, reveal itself. So we're going to move into the oracle cards now. How does this affect your life's path, whatever path you're on? Because this is like, this has really stopped you in a lot of places, right? So this is the Enchanted Map. So this is about, our life's path, the map of our life. What's being mapped out, our plans, Talisman. I'm going to read this one too. 49, which is a 36, which is a 9. Coming together, and this is the 8 reverse. This is about, it's about things ending. Okay, I'm going to read that for you too, Aries. Into the unknown. All of these are important I read. That's what they're telling me. This is a 7. Into the unknown. The need to trust. Okay. The need to trust. It is higher forces. So it's spirit, but it's also powers beyond our control. Okay. It's physical and it's spiritual. Okay, both. So we're going to start with the talisman. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. Well, that's interesting. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right thing to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. So things that were blocking you, that the hardships have showed you what direction to go to, right? It's almost like they were detours into finding your empowerment or your truth, or to highlight what you don't want. Okay, let's talk about coming together reversed. So when the come together card appears reversed, it is a sign that perhaps a love connection is unbalanced. Is intimacy being withheld from you, or are you withholding it from another? Longing and yearning are often mistaken for love, when in fact they are the signs of lack. Perhaps you've been doing all the emotional work and pouring your water into an empty well, to the point that you are also now depleted. Know this: true love will not be denied you. What is truly for you will never walk past you or require this much energy. Drop the agendas, the fight, the need to win, and allow love to flow through you. True love will always find its reflection in another. So that is, being love will bring love. So as long as we think about what we don't want, of course, we'll bring more of what we don't want. So now we're going to talk about into the unknown, and that is a 7 reversed. Inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you're unprepared. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know it's this territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not a time for careless adventure. So the talisman says that you can move forward with confidence that you will be able to receive what you desire, that you've earned this place, right? So this can be a bit confusing, but then this talks about, you know, this card talks about coming from a place of being loved. That way you bring love, right? And not think about what you lack. Okay. But then this says to be careful about a journey. So while you're moving towards and what you know you deserve, there is a consideration to just be careful. To be careful and take your time and not rush in. And be, it's like look for the spidey sense. If you feel like it could be dangerous, that to heed that warning and don't move forward. But that's what it's inexperience in the situation, but experience in the feeling, in knowing what's right for you and not, because that part you have an idea based on what's happened here in the past, like not being able to reach a certain place and being blocked in a certain area of mastery. Okay, but there is this place of abundance, this promise of abundance here and fairness. So the things that you have learned, I mean, Aries, because Aries is about moving forward, but also make sure you have your plans in order. I mean, make sure that you have that balance so you can feel when something isn't right. Okay, there's a that's quite a warning there. Quite a warning to trust yourself, to know that. If you feel like you don't know that, then that would be the time to don't do it. Okay, that's what's coming through. That doesn't feel like it's happened yet, but it depends on your timeline. Okay, so now we're going to look at some more tarot. Interesting. Okay, so I have the King of Swords. So this is authoritative figure. It can be, there we go. Too much light, not enough light, too much light. Okay, so authoritative figure, it is could be a judge, a doctor, somebody educated, air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But I almost said Aries. I don't know. I don't know if this is somewhere you've been or you have another Aries around. Reflection of educated. Okay, educated, manipulative. My way. I'll talk to you, but only to get what I want. Okay, can be abusive. So be careful if this is a tendency for you to do when you're trying to force something, because the forcing, we went over all that, right? You don't have to force it, is what I'm saying. You don't need to force it. If you're forcing it, then it's a place of danger for somebody. I think for everybody. Six of Swords is, well, this is moving to a safe place. And I have a mother and a child here crossing a river. So they could be leaving this person that's abusive. Okay. Could be a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. It's somebody that embodies that energy. Into the unknown, reversed. if you're leaving somebody, Aries, with your child, to know where you're going, that it may not be good to consider going to somebody that's going to save you. Okay? That's a big warning. Be careful. Be careful. Because this is something you can do on your own. You have the power to do this on your own, and don't give that away. I got 2 cards on this one. Yeah, because I have the Ace of Cups reversed. There's no love here. There's no love here. And this is not how you love yourself, by giving your power away. Okay? That could also be it has so many layers. It could be what you're leaving, how you're feeling, where you're going to. So you need to apply it. I mean, you don't need to do anything but consider applying it in any of those places. Don't just think it's in one place. It could be all of them. It could be a reflection of how you're feeling and not wanting to maybe stand up for yourself, maybe not wanting to do the hard work because it's been blocked so much. But that's so, it actually could be so you step up into your power, Aries, or somebody needs to. Okay? 3 of Swords, this is pain. This is pain, third party stuff, but this is something coming in between you and what you love. So if you're leaving, if you're going towards this, it's going to be the same thing. It's not a place of safety, is what they're saying. Only you can provide that for yourself. It's time. You've earned the right to do this for yourself, whatever that is for you. Queen of Cups, and then, we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is somebody that knows the love they have for humanity themselves. They take care of themselves and their life and their family. They're a great hostess. They present well, but they really are coming from a place of love when they're upright here. This can be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But this is a beautiful, loving energy. And if this is reflecting, this is, by loving ourselves, we make good decisions for ourselves. So this is a reflection of something to embrace, okay? However that looks. Feels like there's a lot of different stories going on here. That's why I'm leaving it kind of open, because there's a lot of different stories. Not sure how many of you are going to watch this, but Queen of Wands reversed, and this is somebody that's lost their confidence. So this could very well be you, Aries. It's Queen, of Wands is fire, but could be a Leo or a Sagittarius also. It's feminine energy, but somebody who doesn't feel confident and doesn't know. This feels like they're beaten down, and this is all reflected. Like somebody here has been beaten so down they don't even know if they can do anything for themselves anymore. But that's not true. That's not true. Maybe this was about you stepping into your power, just walking and going, okay, tired of giving this away. I'm going to do this for myself and my child. If it's not a child, maybe this is for a future child. Maybe it's for a kitty, a white kitty. I don't take this lightly. I just inject a little humor where I can because it's heavy, okay? Maybe it's a purple kitty. There's a purple kitty there, but this child right here reminded me, if it's not a child, a white kitty. So I don't know why, but okay, so we'll do one more card here. Oh, I got 2. So I'm going to start with the moon here. This is about trauma that may have kept us stuck, trauma that needs to be dug out and really looked at. We need to look at why we keep doing this, why whatever behavior keeps happening, why we're denied this. It's because we're not embracing the love for ourselves. Remember, this coming together reverse was about being love. That way you bring love, right? Be in love, bring that vibration. But it's all reflected here around you, that it's not around you, that it's not within you, so it's not around you, okay? That's why the third-party broken hearts keep happening, the need to flee. It's about embracing the love for yourself. Being love is the Queen of Cups, being love, okay? Whew. And And okay, so the trauma needs to be looked at. Something deep, 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 deep that's running you, that's got you on automatic mode, giving your power away. Somebody's giving their power away. Okay. And making one dependent on somebody else. Now, I got to tell you this. This is very strange. So if you play this back, I can't play this back and record. So I thought this came out like this, but I don't remember flipping it. It's possible I did. Okay, things happen. But right now, if that's not dealt with, we're gonna be here. This is not a place where we build our own abundance. It's a place we're dependent on others. We're not, that great financially. We're not. We're not empowered financially, okay? And we're not very stable. We don't feel that way. But I could have sworn that it came up this way. So this is what's waiting on the other side of this work, is your own stability. You're like a good mother. Being a good mother, that means being able to provide. That means having your own business, having a garden, and taking care of the kids and cooking food from scratch. No big deal. Not for this one. Not for this one, Aries. So it feels like it's you or somebody close to you. Okay. This is that, it's coming up as an earth energy, because this is what earth energy is. It's about stability. It's about the long haul, the long run, the long plan. It's about the life plan. Okay. It's about building something, keeping something, and not waiting for someone to give it to you. Doing this yourself. Okay. That when we become this, then we bring this to us. More comes to us, When we feel the sense of lack and like, why is this happening? We've lost our power, therefore we bring more of the same. So there's like this promise, it feels, that we can turn this around by just going through what needed to be done for quite a while. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Justice, because there's no justice here. Where you're at, where you've been, no justice, right? That is up to us to bring it into our own lives. Don't wait for someone to give it to you and your child and your kitty or your puppy. We must do this for ourselves. We must do this for ourselves. We must demand justice in our own lives. It's time. Okay. All right, so now we're going to look at, we're going to get a couple cards from your angels and ancestors. It's not something you want to look at. I know, I can feel it. It's not something you want to change, because I just think you're that somebody here just feels like, what's the use? I've tried, and no. They're saying no. Those are words. That's why you're fighting it so much. Those are words. Somebody here is fighting it because those are just words. Those are excuses. And, they're just having me to really go back there. Tough love and all that, Aries. Tough love. Okay. You got to have a little tough love with yourself so you can make the changes that are important for you. That you deserve good things. I said you earned a good life. You earned the right for a good life. Okay. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Transform into what you want to be. And if you have trouble in any area, you can embrace the shapeshifter. You act like it until you make it happen. And that doesn't mean, so you act courageous when you don't feel courageous. You act creative when you don't feel creative, because you are creative. You act powerful when you don't feel powerful. I know to be powerful, I must act it. And even though at this moment I'm doubting myself, I'm going to believe that I am powerful. That's how we become something else. Or we become what we should be. But this is coming from a place of connecting with spirit, and know that you're guided and you have the ability to step into your power. It's like waiting there for you, like these shoes are waiting there. Step into the shoes and step into your power. Start walking in your shoes instead of everybody else's. Okay? High Priest, intend and create. Okay, what do you want? What do you want? What are your intentions? What are your plans, Aries? Aries is the emperor. The emperor plans and builds and creates. And when they're not doing that, they're not in the place of empowerment. So, intend and create. This is spiritual knowledge. This is the high priest. This is guidance by spirit. This is ancient guidance. Okay. And this could be structures, working within those structures. And you could also be creating new ones. So, at least a new structure for Aries, right? Animal guardian. Trust your instincts. Yes, trust Aries. Aries, trust yourself. It's time. You have the capability. You've earned it. Again, say it again. You've earned it. Animal guardian. There's a lot about animals here. Lots about animals. So I don't know if you have a kindred. So sorry. I got a kindred animal, spirit, guides. You must have animal guides. You might be a healer with animals. Shoot, you might talk to them. Something about animals, Aries. Maybe that's where you go, like when you want to be peaceful. But there's something about embracing the energy of animals. How does a cat work with conflict? How does a dog work with conflict? How do animals work with conflict? How do people work with conflict? There's something about studying how animals and people deal with things. That is some kind of insight for you. It's very interesting. This is also about knowledge, higher consciousness knowledge. This is about being gentle, but this is about you also being connected to spirit and wings and protected. Okay? There's a lot of wings here. The shapeshifter also talks about looking at things from different perspective, okay? To decide how you want to move in a certain situation. You change your energy. Okay, here's an example. The wolf is very family oriented. They can run in packs, or they can be the lone wolf, right? Okay. They are protective. They're not very vulnerable. No. But a snake, there's a snake here. Snake is on the ground. The snake can hear the vibrations of the ground. That's very low to the ground. Okay. They live in tunnels, right? They dig tunnels. They live in the ground. So looking at it from a perspective of a snake, do you just go, where you're undetected? Is that the best way to approach a certain situation? Also, there's the eagle here, or I think that's a hawk. Or the hawk rises above and looks things from a different perspective. What's the bigger picture here? What is it, Aries? See? And so that gives you an idea of maybe how to look at different things. There's some major animal energy here, though. High Priest, he's magical. He has magic. So he has magic and he has perspective. But High Priest also has the way we used to do things, the way people brought spirit forward. So, again, to be careful about what we step into, okay? Be careful what you step into. Make sure it's yours, not what somebody else is telling you it should be, what somebody else is coercing you to go into. That's a big warning there, okay? One more card. Take this bottom one. Defend what is dear to you. Decide what that is. It sure feels like it's children and pets. And it should be you too, though, Aries. You should be, because Aries is about putting yourself first. That's what Aries does. That's why it's important to be in your power, because you'll do best for you and therefore those around you. Love you, Aries. Take care. Bye bye. I'll talk to you soon.